The story of Ireland. A surprising truth. What kind of country is this? At the peak of wealth, yet its people are leaving. Where everyone earns thousands, yet peace is nowhere to be found. Today, we are going to share the story of a small European island, a country the world now calls the richest nation, Ireland. But would you believe a large part of Ireland's population no longer wants to live there? Why? Why are people unhappy in a country full of opportunities and luxury? To understand that, we must go back to the darkness of its past, to a time when Ireland was hungry, broken, and hopeless. Only 150 years ago, the streets of Ireland echoed with the cries of hunger. Mothers held their starving children close, begging from door to door for a piece of bread. Faces were pale, bodies were weak, and death hovered in every glance. From 1845 to 1852, a terrible famine struck the land, known as the Great Hunger. The potato, Ireland's primary food crop, began to rot in the fields, and with it, lives began to fade. Over 1 million people died of hunger and disease. More than 2 million were forced to emigrate forever. 1/3 of Ireland's population either perished or fled. It was a wound that burned for generations. But then time changed. By the end of the 20th century, Ireland rebuilt itself quietly but brilliantly. The government invested heavily in education. Young people were trained in modern skills, technology, engineering, finance, computer science. And then came the bold move. Ireland introduced low corporate taxes and opened its arms to global tech giants. Companies like Google, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, all set up their European headquarters in Ireland. This once poor nation suddenly became the center of global investment. And so, the country that once cried of hunger, now boasts one of the highest GDP per capita in the entire world, surpassing even the USA, Qatar, Kuwait, and Switzerland. But even now this wealthy nation couldn't deliver happiness to its people. Today, living in Ireland has become unbearably expensive. In cities like Dublin, rents have skyrocketed. An average worker spends nearly half of their income on rent alone. Buying a home is nearly impossible, especially for the younger generation. Mental stress, loneliness, and the fast-paced life have drained the joy from living. In the words of many citizens, we are alive but we're not really living. And so, thousands of young Irish are now looking toward other lands. Countries like Spain, Portugal, or Eastern Europe, where life is slower, relationships are stronger, and faces still carry genuine smiles. A large portion of Ireland's youth is now drawn toward places where the pace is gentle, the bonds are close, and the soul finds peace. Because wealth alone is never enough. Ireland has shown the world that a poor nation can become rich, but it has also taught us that achieving wealth is not the final victory. Ireland stands today as a living example that true progress isn't in giant corporations, or tall buildings or piles of money. True progress is when the heart is content, the soul is at ease, and a human truly lives life. Wealth is a tool, not the destination. And perhaps now, Ireland is once again searching for its true path.